Creating reports is a common occurrence in business. A quick and easy time saver, to help those reading numerous reports, is to format data visually. For example, instead of listing row after row and column after column of sales data, asking readers to analyze data for themselves, you can formulate the information into a chart so a single glance answers the reader's question. Let's look at the steps involved in setting up a pie chart using Microsoft Office Excel 2010. This Excel worksheet shows quarterly sales by salesperson. Our question for the data provided is, what is the total sales by salesperson for 2012? And we're going to assume that this information reflects that year. We'll provide the information visually by creating a pie chart. Our first step is to calculate total sales by salesperson because that information isn't currently in place. We'll place our total sales information in column F. Let's title the column Totals as a reminder. Excel provides a variety of ways for us to create our needed formulas. One way we can do so is to enter the formula we want manually. Click in cell F2, key the equal sign because all formulas start with equals, then type the word sum, add an opening parentheses, type B2 colon E2, and then a closing parentheses. Remember, the colon means through, so what you've told it is I want to sum. Notice the blue line that surrounds your selected cells. It's an easy way to verify you have the right information selected. Another way to enter the formula you want is by using AutoSum. Let's walk through the steps to use this method. Click in the middle of cell B3. You'll know B3 is selected because a thick black line will appear. Make sure your cursor looks like a thick white plus sign. While you're still on the cell, hold your left mouse key down and drag to cell E3. You'll know the cells are selected because your thick black line now includes the additional cells. With your cells selected, click on AutoSum, located toward the top right side of your ribbon. The icon you want looks like a backwards E. Your total is automatically entered into cell F3. A third way to enter a formula is by dragging totals needed. It's pretty cool. Let's do it together. After you have the formula you want in a cell, you can copy that formula to adjacent cells. Click on cell F3, and right now your cursor is likely the thick white plus sign. Move it to the bottom right corner of the cell until it changes shapes and becomes a thin black plus sign. Hold your left mouse key down and drag down to cell F6. The totals for F4, F5, and F6 will be inserted automatically. With our totals column information in place, we are ready to create our pie chart. We want to include the names of our salespeople and each person's total sales, but we don't want to include quarterly totals. Our Control key allows us to select non-adjacent cells. Remember, the Control key is the bottom left key on your keyboard. Highlight cells A2 through A6, hold your Control key down, and highlight cells F2 through F6. Then click on the Insert tab at the top of your screen and choose Pie from the options in the Charts area. We're going to choose the first item in the first row as our design. Let's drag this pie chart until the top left corner is over cell A9, and let's resize the chart to be the same size as the data provided. To resize the chart, move your cursor until it's over the bottom right corner of your chart. You should see a diagonal double arrow when you're in place. Hold your left mouse key down and drag the bottom right corner toward the top left corner slowly until the chart is the size you want. Another way you can resize a chart is by clicking on the Format tab in your Charts Tools area and changing the height and width manually. We could consider ourselves finished, but let's add more detail to the chart so it's more reader-friendly. Remember, we want people to understand what it represents with a single glance. We'll start by giving the chart a title. To do this, we click on the chart to activate the Chart Tools area. Then we'll choose Layout from our available tabs. We'll move to Chart Title in the Labels area, and this time we're going to choose Above Chart as our option. We'll highlight the text Chart Title and replace it with Total Sales 2012 by Salesperson. Now let's include data labels in case readers want additional detail. To do this, we click again on our chart so that our chart tools are activated. We make sure the Layout tab is activated, and this time we're going to choose Data Labels. And we want Inside End as our option. Our pie chart is all set. We can access it from within Excel, or we can copy the chart and place it in another Office program.